Hello and welcome on interview question series for VLSI industry. As we all know that inverter is a very important topic and in many industry various questions can be asked on inverter. So let us start with very easy question and I will put around 2, 3 or maybe 4 questions on inverters, and these are very basic questions and asked in every industry, you can say. So uh, inverter rise, I'm not talking about the static characteristic of the inverter. Here I will talk about the dynamic characteristic: propagation delay, rise time, fall time, because static everyone knows, even dynamic also everyone knows, but here I will put one very important question that can be asked. Okay, so let us, I'm drawing the input. Usually, suppose this is the input axis and this is the output axis. Okay, V out. So I am increasing my input. I can use some different color. Yes. So suppose this is my input rising slowly and then it reaches to some point VDD and become constant. So if I see the output, so when input is 0, output will be at max at VDD and it will cross the input at VDD by 2 and you can get something like this kind of curve. So this point is at VDD by 2 and this is called inverter threshold or switching point. Now the point is that suppose I put one capacitor here, this is called C load. So if I say what will be the fall time or rise time of the inverter. So here in this cycle, if I say this is high to low output characteristic, right? So I can write tau high to low propagation delay, or similarly you can write same way low to high propagation delay also. So tau is equals to RC, we all know. Okay, here suppose I write Rn C load. So if I'm writing Rn, what does it mean? Rn and Rp, two things are there, two resistances are there in inverter. So in what basis I can write means Rn is the resistance, Rp is the resistance of PMOS, and I can take MOS as a switch. Okay, so I'm taking MOS as a switch, then NMOS as a switch, and then Rn. Okay, so this is Rn, this is your output VO, and here I am applying some input, right? This point is grounded. Okay, so if I'm writing Rn means Rn when NMOS is in linear region. So what can I write? Beta N VGS minus VTN. Okay, so what will be the VGS? So if suppose I write here VGS minus VTN. So what will be the VGS when your NMOS is in linear region? So this is the output characteristic. If I write here only in this starting region, NMOS is off. right? NMOS is off and PMOS start with linear, right? Similarly, there are 5 reasons you can find out in internet easily. I'm not taking this into the details. So when you come at this point where your NMOS is in linear and PMOS is in off, right? So at that time I have written Rn. Similarly, you can write for Rp also. Okay, 1 by beta P, and here you can write VGS of P minus of Vt of P, right? So if I write Rn, my aim is not to write this thing. My aim is write to this thing. Rn is inversely proportional to mu n COX W by L. W by L of N, or similarly W by L of P. Okay. So if I write high to low propagation delay, or you can simply write the propagation delay, tau P is inversely proportional to W by L of N or P. Okay. And proportional to C load. So if I say कि this is the output characteristic of inverter, right, for some W by L. Now, if I increase the W by L, this is inversely proportional, sorry. Okay, so if I increase the W by L, then at what my inverter output characteristic will shift right or left. So if I am increasing the W by L, so definitely this propagation delay, right, or fall time will reduce, so it will shift to the left. If I am reducing the W by L, so it will shift to the right, like this. Okay. Now, next question comes on, if I keep on increasing W, usually in inverter L is assumed to be constant, we play with W. Okay, so if I keep on increasing W, will this characteristic keep on shifting to the left side? Is it? So how this varies in circuit, or how this matter when actually you design any circuit. Suppose in this is a simple inverter, so I have to see the previous stages of inverter also. Okay, because when I keep on increasing W of this inverter, so this inverter may behave as a load for the previous circuit. Okay, or if I increase the load of the previous circuit, suppose, I will take a very simple example. Here only I am cascading 2 inverters in series. Okay, and I am increasing the W by L of right inverter. Sorry, my drawing is very poor. Okay. So what will happen? The overall characteristic when you draw, it doesn't mean that when you keep on increasing the W by L of this Moses, your inverter characteristic, output characteristic will keep on shifting towards left? No, because this inverter may load the left inverter. And may load means what? Yes, C load at this node may increase. If C load may increase, if you can see, C load is proportional to the delay time. So if C load will increase, your delay time will increase. So it may happen that your output characteristic will not shift right. It may not shift to left, it may shift to right as well. So it depends ki how much W by L you are increasing of this right inverter and how much it is loading to the previous circuitry, right? So up to certain value, this curve will shift to the left, but after some point, it may shift to the right also. And this is very important question. This question is asked in various industry. When two inverters are in cascade, then what will be the output characteristic if you keep on increasing W? So you have to see the loading of the left or first inverter also. So it is not always that if you keep on increasing W, your inverter characteristic will keep on shifting left. It may shift to right also because of the loading of the first inverter. So if you like the video, you can hit like button. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you so much.